Go on there. I don't know if you noticed what I was doing, but I was trying to draw space, make space between the two of them, and I was putting one person in front of the other. And we didn't, you know, it's not choreographed. I just said to them, you didn't even know what to do, did you? I just said, just come at me. And I know they weren't really manically throwing punches, but it was more of a position thing I wanted to explain. And the position was, I always try to get one person in front of the other person. Okay, I never try to go in. If I had two people fighting me, try to go in and fight two people, bang, bang, bang. I punch you, you punch me, Nick. Bang. Go, punch me, punch you, bang. Punch me, bang. Because that's what's going to happen. It's a bit like a slapstick comedy.
Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, Tom and Jerry. What you're trying to do is you're always trying to look at your positions and your locations. Now, let's be honest, if you're fighting more than one person's attacking you, because I don't want to say if you're fighting more than one person, because you don't want to get into a fight when a buddy's got friends. Because to be honest with you, a buddy's got friends, that didn't make any sense, but I think you knew what I meant. You don't want to be in a situation where there's more than one person because you have less control. If, for example, I get focused on one person, the other person's going to pull out a knife and stab me because I'm looking at one person. So this really comes down to a perceptual thing again. I always have to make sure that I position myself in a way that I can see all of the attacking parties and the environment around me, because there might actually be 4 or 5 of them. I only have 2 of them in front of me, and that actually happens quite often, where you'll see a guy having a fight and he thinks there's only one guy, but the guy's got loads of buddies or friends wherever you are around the world, and they come out from nowhere and catch him and sideline him. Or even, and this is a classic, you've got a group of guys, but one of them walks all the way around quite calmly and comes up behind the guy and goes bang, punches. I've seen that quite a few times. So generally speaking, it's about perception. It's about having a good visual field of what's going on. So with that in mind, my general tips and advice are, I would never look at the person in front of me at the risk of not looking at the person behind. I'm aware of what's going on, but I'm also scanning the other guy. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I'm not definitely running around looking at you because you're going to come out all this way and catch me. What I'm doing when I'm moving is I'm always trying to get away and always try to avoid the other guy. That's my secondary objective. Avoid the other guy. Primarily is obviously my safety, but you've got to think you're dealing with multiple assailants here. You've got, you know, multiple arms coming at you, legs, weapons, you've got free movement, you've got a melee. You're going to get hit. There is no doubt about it. But what you must do is try to preserve yourself by putting one person in front of the other person. And that's the easiest thing to do. I'm going to tell you a story about when I was growing up once. I was growing up once. Like I've grown up loads of times. I'll tell you what, I feel like that sometimes.
Respawn.
Yeah, respawn. I still feel like a kid, to be honest with you. I remember hearing a story when I was growing up about a group of lads that, you know, used to carry knives, and one of them they decided to jump a guy, and in doing so they jumped this guy, and there was a big pile of bodies all over this guy because they're all trying to punch, and someone, being a bright spot they were, pulled out a knife and decided to try to stab their victim. Now the thing about doing that, when he was doing that, he started stabbing his friends because obviously there's too many bodies around and it's all a frenzy of action and motion. I don't know if anybody's been in a confrontation, but it goes like that. It's really quick. You don't have time to think. You can't plan. You just have to move, and you have to move on instinct. So using that as a strategy, that's the same sort of thing. I try to put my body in front of anybody else's body. Sorry, that doesn't make sense. I try to put their body in front of my body to shield their body. There's a lot of bodies on that, isn't there?
There is.
But I think you know where I'm going with this. I basically always try to hide and move around. Now, yes, this guy might be hitting me, bang, but what I want to do is avoid him because he might be the knife man. He might have a knife or a weapon, and in which case I want to run. I don't want to be standing here, but if I run straight away and he holds me, he's stabbing me. Bang, bang, bang. So what I really want to be doing is maneuvering myself in a way that I'm running and he's running, and then I can get a clean break and get out of there, run out of dodge, or do whatever I need to do. Because let's face it, you know, it's hard enough fighting one person. When you've got multiple people coming at you, throwing punches and drawing weapons and stabbing and striking, it's near impossible. Survival is based on running, but it's based on buying yourself time to do that. So when we started the video, one of the things I was showing you is just simple positions and placements. You try to put one person in front of the other. Now we've done 2 videos on this. I'll put a link in the description for you on that. I'll also put cards up. But the other videos we spoke about creating a line with multiple attackers, and the other video I spoke about what to do when you've got sucker punches coming at you from 2 people, which is actually quite a common thing. Look, let me borrow you. Let's just say, okay, Nick and I, we're the bad guy. You're talking to Nick, right? Nick's the one that's getting in your face, getting all leery. I'm Nick's friend, and I come over and go bang over the top. That's a common scenario. So we've got a video where we talk about that as well. Check it out, because I do give some realistic ideas on what you should and shouldn't do, and I do that from experience, by the way. It's not made up. This isn't any dojo stuff. This is like things that have happened, things that I've learned on the way. If you like what we do, keep watching, keep smiling, subscribe, #FightBoss. That's our new thing. So if you like what we do, at least comment #FightBoss. Thanks for watching.